It's dawn, somewhere in the year 107 AD. You're standing in the front rank of a Roman battle line, and about half a mile away, 50,000 screaming Dacians are sprinting straight at you. Here's the thing. You joined the army 6 hours ago. You don't really know how to fight. You're not even sure how to hold your shield, and you just signed a contract for 25 years. Welcome to the Roman Legion, the most successful killing machine in human history, where you are right now. The lowest, most expendable, most replaceable piece of gravel at the very bottom. But here's the wild part. If you survive, you could climb from this, a nobody in the mud, all the way up to dining with nobles and running entire provinces. Every rung on that ladder was real. So let's climb it, rank by rank, and let's see exactly how far you get before Rome gets you killed. Rank 1, you're a Tiro, a recruit, and before you ever see a battlefield, you have to survive the training, which, honestly, might be the scarier part. First, the oath. You swear the sacramentum, a sacred vow to the emperor, and the second you do, your life is legally not yours anymore. Desertion, death. Falling asleep on watch, death. Then the fun starts. You march 20 Roman miles in 5 hours, hauling about 30 kilos of gear, which is why soldiers got the nickname Marius's mules. You drill with a wooden sword deliberately made twice the weight of a real one, over and over, until stabbing a man becomes muscle memory. Why so brutal? Because the Romans had a saying, their drills were bloodless battles, and their battles were bloody drills. The training was engineered to be worse than the war. Congratulations, you survived it. Now you get to actually fight. Rank 2, Miles, a full legionary. You finally get paid, 300 denarii a year. Sounds great until Rome quietly deducts about 2/3 of it for your food, your boots, your weapons, and your tent. So you're rich on paper and broke in real life. Your kit, though, is genius. A short stabbing sword, the gladius, a big curved shield, the scutum, and a javelin, the pilum, designed to bend on impact so the enemy can't throw it back at you. And your signature move is the testudo, the tortoise, where you and your buddies lock shields into a human tank, roof and all, and just walk through arrow storms. But here's the part nobody expects. Your deadliest weapon isn't a blade, it's a shovel. Every single night on the march, you build a fortified camp from scratch, ditch, rampart, wooden wall, and tear it down again at dawn. Every night. Why? Because a disciplined army that can't be ambushed beats a bigger army that can. You're not just a soldier, you're a construction worker who kills. Now you've noticed something. The guys digging the ditches are miserable, and a few clever soldiers never dig at all. Those are the Immunis. Rank up to Immunis, and you become a specialist, a medic, an engineer, a surveyor, a blacksmith, a clerk. Same pay as a regular legionary. But you're literally immune from the back-breaking grunt work. And this is the first great lesson of the Legion. The smartest way to survive Rome wasn't to be the bravest man in the unit. It was to be the most useful one. A soldier who could build a bridge or stitch a wound was too valuable to burn in the front line. So while everyone else digs, you've got a trade and a much better shot at seeing year 25. Keep proving yourself, and you become a principalus, a junior officer with a pay bump and real authority. First stop, Tesserarius. Every night you hand out the watchword, the secret password scratched onto a little tablet called a tessera. And if the guards botch it, that's on you. Do well and you're promoted to Optio, the Centurion's second in command. And the Optio's real job tells you everything about how this army actually worked. In battle, the Centurion stood at the front, leading. The Optio stood at the very back, holding a long staff. And that staff wasn't for balance. It was to shove men back into line and to cut down anyone who tried to run. Think about that. In the Roman legion, fear pointed in both directions. The enemy in front of you was terrifying, but so was your own officer behind you. Next rung, the standard bearers, and this is where it gets strange. The signifer carries your century's standard and moonlights as the unit's banker, literally holding everyone's savings and pension. But above him stands the Aquilifer, the man who carries the eagle, a single silver and gold eagle for the entire legion. Now, is it a weapon? No. Does it do anything in a fight? Also no. And yet, men would die, gladly, in piles to protect it. Why? Because the eagle was the legion, its soul. Lose it in battle, and the disgrace was so total the whole legion could be disbanded and wiped from the records. When Rome lost 3 eagles in a single ambush in Germania, the Emperor Augustus reportedly roamed his palace, banging his head against the walls, groaning, "Give me back my legions." So yeah, you're guarding a metal bird, but you're really guarding the honor of 5,000 men. No pressure. And now we reach the rank the entire machine is built around, the Centurion. You command roughly 80 men, and you carry a twisted vine staff called the vides. That stick is your badge of office and your instrument of discipline. A Centurion could beat a Legionary bloody with it for the smallest slip, completely legally. One was so hated for it that when he died in a mutiny, everyone just assumed his own men did it. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Rome loved these men because the Centurion was the reason the legion didn't break. When the arrows fell and the line wavered, he was the one standing out front, roaring, holding the whole thing together through sheer will. There were around 60 grades of Centurion, and clawing up through them could eat your entire career. The bravest, the meanest, the most relentless rose, and the very top of that climb had a name that meant everything. Primus Pilus, the first spear, the single most senior Centurion in the whole legion, commander of the elite first cohort, right hand to the general. Reaching it usually meant you'd survive decades of war. And the reward? Get ready. A Primus Pilus earned roughly 60 times a regular legionary's pay, but the money isn't even the real prize. When he retired, a Primus Pilus was automatically lifted into the equestrian order, Roman nobility. Let that land. You started this video as a piece of gravel in the mud, an expendable farm boy who didn't know how to hold a shield. And here, if you survived, you walk away a nobleman, handed somewhere around 600,000 sesterces, while the regular grunt got 12,000 and offered a job helping run a province. This is the secret. This is why men signed away 25 years of hell. The latter was real. In a world where you were born a peasant and died a peasant, the legion was one of the only staircases out. Rome didn't just conquer with swords, it conquered with a promise. Could you climb even higher? Technically, yes, but here the ladder changes shape. Above the Primus Pilus sits the prefectus castrorum, the camp prefect, third in command of the whole legion, almost always a former first spear like you. Above him, the tribunes, but those were mostly young aristocrats parachuting in for a resume line, not lifers who bled for it. And at the very top, the legatus, the legion's commander, a senator. This is where merit hits a ceiling and bloodline takes over. Almost. Because Rome being Rome, a handful of men clawed all the way up from the ranks to the ultimate rank of them all. Emperor. It was rare. It was usually bloody, but it happened. The staircase, in theory, ran all the way to the throne. So here's the reframe. We like to think Rome was strong because of great generals and famous emperors, but you just climbed the real reason. The legion wasn't a pile of heroes. It was a machine and a ladder that could take any nobody out of the mud and, rung by brutal rung, turn him into part of the system that ran the world. You started with nothing but an oath and a wooden sword. 25 years later, if the Dacians, the disease, the endless marches, and your own officers didn't get you first, you could be dining with nobles. That promise built an empire. So next time someone asks why Rome lasted so long, you can tell them you climbed it yourself. If this was your kind of story, there's a whole universe of why waiting for you. Subscribe, and we'll see you at the next one.